I got to drive the Toyota Supra with a manual transmission, and I'm gonna show you how it's way better than the automatic both on the street and the track.
All right, guys, the first thing we're gonna do is actually talk about the major changes to the manual and the 2023 model year. And this right here is the A91 MT Edition. So let's talk about the wheels first. These wheels are unique to the A91 MT Edition. And if you look closely, you'll see there's a bunch of little holes here. It looks really cool. But there are also unique wheels for 2023, and I'll pop them right here so you can take a look at those as well. These are fitted with 13.7-inch rotors up front, and in the back on the premium trim, they are 13.6-inch rotors, whereas on the base level 3.0 trim, it's just 13-inch rear disc rotors. While we're back here, we should talk about the final drive, which has been updated for the manual transmission. This rocks a 3.46 final drive ratio, whereas the automatic was a 3.15. And you need that because first gear is obviously not as short as first gear was on the automatic transmission, and to make sure you get that 0 to 60 time of 4.2 seconds. And the manual transmission is lighter than the automatic, and I'll pop the weights for both of those up here. It's not a big difference, but it's still a difference worth pointing out. All right, inside the manual Supra, guys, obviously they had to make space for the manual gear selector, and they did that by moving your controls to the side here, your parking brake down here. But this shifter actually feels really good, but we'll get to that more when we actually drive this car. Another big kind of new thing for the interior is the hazelnut tan interior. These seats are really nice. They have little suede inserts on the backrest as well as the bottom right here, but you also get tan leather on the sides of the steering wheel, which look really nice. But that's pretty much it when it comes to the interior. There are other updates here and there, but let's talk about how this thing drives, because that's probably the reason why you guys are watching this video. So the first thing you'll realize, guys, is this clutch is actually really easy to use, and this gear selector is actually really nice. I've made that assessment 2 minutes into driving this car, you know, so you can trust me. There's also this hairpin plus mode, which is active on all the new 2023s. This has rev matching as well, so we're gonna get a feeling for both of those. I honestly don't mind rev matching for day to day. Oh yeah. Okay, it steps out, obviously, but man, this thing feels great on the street. Just a little other. And like the shifts are very satisfying. You get a nice positive engagement when you get into gear. But you guys can disable the rev matching if you guys don't want to have it on. And the rev matching works on downshifts as well as upshifts, so that's nice. And we'll be pushing this more on the track, guys. So let's talk about how this thing drives and how this manual transmission, clutch, rev matching as well, how it all feels. Get this one going in a second gear. What are we doing? Rev this thing out. Bang them gears. Get on the brakes here. Look out for the turn. Gotta turn this thing in here. We want to clip that apex and roll on it nice and wide. Back on the brakes. Slowly lift off. Set that up right there. Okay. Go out wide here. Going for the next one. Honestly, I feel like I only need to be in third gear. It's a good gear to be in for this power band. Lift here. See it through here. I want to brake here. Going through a nice little whoop, whoop. I'm gonna brake here. We get into second. Try that rev matching. Bring this down as an increasing radius turn. It rotates nicely. Oh, that was the hairpin right there. I felt that really rotate that car. Rotate the rear end. Okay, it didn't rev match for me there, which was interesting. But we can get off of it here. And brake. Rotate. Yeah, I feel like the rev matching is not always, unless I'm doing something wrong. 2 times it hasn't done it for me. I'm expecting it to, because I'm not trying to do the rev matching, the downshifting myself. So just being honest with you guys, I think it's worth testing it out, guys, just because honestly, a lot of people are going to use it day to day, and also maybe on the track if they're not ready for heel toe downshifting.
So I ended up talking to some of the people at Toyota to ask them about what I was experiencing and why it would be happening. They did take it on track. They weren't able to replicate what I had experienced and what you guys saw here on the video. My only guess is that I'm downshifting to second gear too aggressively, so it would require the engine to rev beyond what it is okay with doing. I should also add that these are pre-production vehicles with pre-production software, so it could be something that does get finalized when they actually go for sale. So yeah, I just figured I'd mention that. It's probably user error. It is probably me, but if you do get a chance to try it out, I recommend it. Or if you don't care about auto rev match downshifting, then you can completely disregard that. But yeah, if you guys want to see me do this again, here's a clip of that to enjoy, and I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts, so drop that in the comments. Thanks.
Okay. So right here, ready? Hit the brakes, we're gonna clutch in. Yeah, it did not rev match for me, guys. I had to be a little slower there. So just want to make sure I bring that up, guys. Maybe it's not better than the automatic, but oh man, other than that, guys, this thing shifts nice. It's really rewarding to drive. To ring out the gears and to shift it yourself is rewarding. It really works well with this engine. So I want to kind of just try it again. So I did it there. And maybe I'm not doing it fast enough. Like if I just, no, it'll still downshift. Okay. Yeah, it does it there. Okay, well, I still like this over the automatic. I honestly, regardless of that, because normally I feel like people would learn how to just rev match heel toe this car, which is definitely doable. The spacing is fine. I'm just not going to be learning / testing it out on this car. So